Just recently, I was surfing through various Facebook posts when I came across this that just shows the conspiracy theories about Dr. Fauci are still alive and well and living on Facebook. Dr. Fauci is probably one of the most respected scientists on the planet, unless you are part of the Magite lunatic fringe who just seriously enjoy hating on this man. They refuse to let go of this idea that Dr. Fauci was responsible for creating the coronavirus in a lab in Wuhan, China. And it appears their sole basis for believing this is that, wait for it, because Senator Rand Paul said so. So, of course, it must be true. So I took it upon myself to do a little research into this. And here's what I came up with. This whole Donnybrook stems from an encounter between Dr. Fauci and Dr. Senator Rand Paul. After all, he is a renowned ophthalmologist. This was during a committee hearing on the government's response to COVID-19. So we'll jump to a transcript of that part of the hearing. Okay, so here's the interaction between Senator Paul and Dr. Fauci, which caused all the fuss and headlines because it was so contentious. So we'll get into the arguments Senator Paul is making, which is just that a lab in Wuhan, China, created the coronavirus to infect humans. For example, Senator Paul says here, can you imagine if a SARS virus that's been juiced up and had viral proteins added to it, to the spike protein, if that were released accidentally? Also, I mentioned here, you see circled Dr. Ralph Baric, which we'll get to that in a minute. Here, Senator Paul mentions the Cambridge Working Group, where he claims that 200 scientists have signed a statement saying it was about gain-of-function research, which is flat out untrue. That just never happened. Where they get this shit, I have no idea. So Senator Paul decides to ramp up the heat by making all sorts of accusations against Dr. Fauci. Do you support sending money? He mentions the EcoHealth, which we will get into, the grants. He also mentions Dr. Baric again and continues his blah, blah, blah grandstanding. And he finishes up his fact-free conspiracy theory rant by saying they have colluded on gain-of-function research where they enhanced the SARS virus to infect human airway cells. They did it by merging a new spike protein on it. This is gain-of-function. This was just research between the Wuhan Institute and Dr. Baric. You can't deny it. And I like this part here where Senator Tina Smith, the committee chair, gets the last word in by calling Senator Paul out on all his bullshit. Thank you, Senator Smith.